Hello, it's great to see you again. My name's Dugout Man, and this is my On the Up Nantwich Town FM 2016 save, and I'd really like to just go over a few things that have happened since my very first video. Now, my very first video was literally just a tester, just to see whether I could get it working and load it up onto YouTube. Hopefully from now on the video should start to improve as I learn a little bit more about what I'm doing, how to do things. Like I say, I am very new to uploading gameplay onto YouTube, so I just really hope you enjoy the content that comes your way. But I decided to play the friendlies which I was talking about last week. I said that we didn't play the friendlies. I normally left them to the assistant manager, but I decided to play them just so that I could see how the players are doing. And I've worked out that actually it doesn't matter how well my players are doing, because I think most of them are going to end up getting poached anyway from other teams, because they're all on non-contracts and teams are coming in left, right and centre, especially for Matt Bailey, who is still with us, but we don't know for how much longer, as Telford are the latest team to put a bid in for him. So whether he stays with us or not, I don't know, but I really hope he stays, because I've got big plans for Matt Bailey. As you can see in this very first game, we were playing backup, and I don't mean that that was something that we did to save the game. It was the team backup, and we played them and convincingly beat them, really, 4-2. We looked like we were home and hosed with Matt Bailey absolutely dominating things. But Matt Bailey was also getting very tired, so I decided to take him off, and backup managed to come back and make it 2-2. But then with two late goals from the winger Chris Smith and Liam Shotton just before him, we managed to come away with a quite convincing 4-2 victory, which, as it turns out, was more or less what we deserved. Then came the annual friendly with our affiliate club Crewe Alexandra. They played really well, and in the first 29 minutes scored 3 goals, and I was beginning to fear a cricket score. But suddenly we kicked into gear and managed to pull it back. Within the next half an hour of play, with a half time obviously in the middle, we managed to pull it back to 3-3, and I was beginning to suspect that we might actually go on and win it. But then Marcus Haber and Callum Saunders, who I believe is the son of Dean Saunders, actually just put the game out of our reach, and it was a little bit disappointing, but they're a much higher rated team. So we've got to say, all in all, that just to finish within a couple of goals of them, to have put goals in, I've got to be pretty happy with that. I mean, they were really good. They were playing a very dominating formation where they had 3 across the middle, and it just meant that we just couldn't have the possession that we had in the previous game. And so, yeah, I was quite pleased with the way the tactics beginning to work. We have made one signing. Now, I said that we needed fullbacks and wingers, and midfield centres, but we have made these are all the offers. So we want the transfer history, don't we? There it was. So yes, here we go. So this is the only transfer that has taken place. We haven't lost any players yet, but they will start going sooner or later. Chris Speed. Now, Chris Speed, look at his current ability: 3.5 stars, potential possibly 5 stars, certainly definitely 4 stars. He's got 12 pace. He's still got a bit of work to do. He's got 9 finishing and 9 heading, and obviously hopefully these will all develop. He's a good defensive forward, poacher, advanced forward, and he used to play for Crewe Alexandra. He didn't actually make an appearance, but certainly because of the locality between the two teams, it was an obvious one to come, and I think he'll be a star, if not this season, next season. He is actually going to have to start in his in the very first match of the season, just because it turns out that we haven't got enough centre backs. So we'll have to see how we go with that. But without further ado, let's just go and have a look at the match that we're playing. We're going to be playing against Hales Owen. Now, Hales Owen it's a match that I don't really have any expectations for, to be honest. I just want to see how the team go, how the tactics work, and we'll put the team out and see how we go. We are actually the favourites for the game, which I don't know. When we started the season, I try not to read too much into the odds, because you just don't know how your team's going to start performing. We've got the added complication that we don't know what players are going to be here from one week to the next with all these non-contracts. So we'll just have to work the best we can with what we've got. And then next season will be the season where we really start to build. Now, Steve Jones is on the bench today. Now, Steve Jones is actually taking up about 30% of our wage budget. So we may have to consider putting Steve Jones up for sale. I don't know. It's just something that I've thought about. Gordon, who we've gone for up front, he has had a bid come in for him, but he rejected that, which is good. And we're against what is probably my nemesis formation, the formation that I tend to lose against most. I call it a 4-5-1. Others call it a 4-3-3, but it does really cause me a lot of issues as a rule. But we'll see how we go. Again, like I say, the tactic is very, very simple. If you wanted to see the instructions when my computer finally does move to the next screen, they're the instructions. So we've got the players set slightly deeper, the tempo quite high, the width nice and balanced. Excuse me. Tighter marking, closing down more, mixed passing, exploit the flanks for the wingers, hit the early crosses because we're not using wing backs. That's it really. Nothing complicated. We may adjust things throughout particular matches and to come against different formations. But this 4-4-2 hopefully. So we'll go passionate for the first game of the season. Show me what you can do. Absolutely nothing from them, but we'll see how we go. Hales Owen, the first match of this new series. And I don't know. I think we'll do okay this season. I think it's a bit of a tester. We'll have to feel our way through with such a low division and so difficult to hang on to your players. But that was not the best of starts. Hales Owen straight in with a throw-in, cross the ball in, and kill us off with a goal. I'll tell you what, we haven't got the highlights on, so we'll just quickly get the highlights. We won't see that one. But it's a very disappointing start, but hopefully we can still pull it back. We are at home, so you would expect us to at least do something, put a little bit of effort in. Very disappointed with the amount of possession that Hales Owen have had in the first 20 minutes. And it doesn't seem to be particularly altering, so what we may do is just rein the players back to counter-attack and just see if we can get hold of the ball a little bit more. This is exactly where they scored from a moment ago. And it was exactly the same plan, you could see. Speed has broken through. This could be his first goal. Oh, I thought that was going to be the first goal, his first attempt that we see anyway. That would have been fantastic, but like I say, he's been thrown in a little bit in the deep end. He's only young, but we're having to use Bailey at the back. Although it could be that we end up having to play somebody out of position at centre back if we're struggling, and chuck Bailey forward to see if we can just pull this game back. Because I mean, he was absolutely deadly as a target man, absolutely brilliant, and just made me realise that it really was a good idea when I suggested that we could play him as a target man. Oh no! So Hales Owen are absolutely killing us, and take the 2-goal advantage now. Again from the same side. It's very difficult. We haven't actually got a right back, so we've got a left back playing in a right back position. But as we go towards half time, a very disappointing 2-0 deficit to try and recover. So we'll play Chris Smith in defence. He's not a defender. Tell you what, let's just switch him on. He can go right back, and White can play in the centre. Neither of them can actually play there, but it just gives us a chance to get Bailey up front. Hopefully the fact that we're at such a low level, it won't show too much that we've got players out of position. So we've got to look at trying to get some of the ball, really. That would help, wouldn't it? So retain possession. We'll try to play out of defence, but when you've got limited defenders who aren't very good, that does worry me a little bit, but we'll give it a go. Something's got to change. So Matt Bailey's actually looking very tired, and Josh Hancock, our best player per se, has picked up an injury. So all in all, the very first game of the season is going swimmingly, just as we could have hoped for. So Matt Bailey wants to come off because he's so tired, as does Sam Hall. I'm not going to sub either of them yet, simply because we can't afford to. If one of the others get injured after. So here we go, Osborne. Bailey wins a header, and Gordon's in there 2-1. So we have a little bit of hope. So now with time running out and the hope renewed, let's go attacking. To see if we can just pull back this game a little bit. So Matt Bailey's rating has not been great today, but it is the very first game, so it will work. But I mean, it's a bit harsh because he did actually have an involvement in that goal. He was going up for the header with the defender. So Denny with the corner. This should be all up for us now. A very disappointing defeat. I gave Terry Smith a benefit of the doubt today. The assistant manager seems to think he's the better keeper, but I don't think he'll be playing again anytime soon. I think Vega myself is much better. So there it is, full time, and very disappointing. We're going to watch the second match shortly. It's against Salford. But until then, you sit tight and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are back with round 2 of the matches. Today we're going to be facing Salford City. I thought it would be a really good match to watch whenever it came about. Salford are probably the most recognisable name named team in the whole of the Evo Stick Northern Premier League. And as we go into the game today, you'll notice that our team has got a couple of new players' names on. Now, these are not players that I have signed. They're just greyed out players who I have offered a contract to. They don't cost us anything in the wages, but it just gives us players who can actually play the positions. I did say that I may consider doing that. It's just the loan deals are proving very hard to achieve at the moment, so we'll see how we go with it anyway. And so basically you've got Porritt has come in, and he is the only right back that we've got full stop still in the squad. And then you've got a few players making up the bench. We actually have a full bench. We only had 4 players on the bench last game. And the injury to Josh Hancock, our best player. There it is, 3 to 4 weeks, currently undergoing treatment for a calf strain. So that's not very helpful, but here we go for Salford City. Everything else is exactly the same. We managed to negotiate Bailey going up front. I've actually offered him a contract to try and stop the players coming in for him. It's going to put us over our wage budget, which I'm not very happy with, but I did look at the idea of possibly selling Steve Jones, because he's literally on 30% of our wages, and frustratingly for me, he's a coach as well, so you can't sell him. So we're stuck with him, paying £300 odd per week. So that's helpful. But anyway, we'll crack on. Show Salford how to play football a little bit, with Matt Bailey leading the line from the front with his towering heading. Early doors has been loads of highlights, as you can see. I'll give it to half an hour and then we'll just move it back to standard, just to see if just reining the players back a little bit just actually opens up the doors a bit. So it tends to be how I roll actually. Bailey's shattered already. I mean, the games have come very quickly. He'll have to come. I'll have to last for 60 minutes. I can't just keep subbing him every 5 minutes. We haven't got a squad big enough to keep switching the sides around, so he will have to play for a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that so far. Keep going, you can still win tonight. You weren't bad out there. I have faith in you. Try the ball differently. Managed to cheer 3 people up. So Matt Bailey is really struggling again. So we'll give him 15 minutes and then he'll have to come off. And Steve Jones will probably get his first appearance of the season. Although we may have to change the role for him. Although we could put Chris Speed back in and see if he does a bit better today. The young lad's been thrown in at the deep end once already. Maybe he could come in and do it again. So I think we'll have to make a couple of substitutions. We've got some guys really flagging there in what has been a very non-highlighty game, really. So, apparently I didn't put Speed even in the substitutes, which was really clever. So never mind that. So actually, let's go with Shotton and Steve Jones. No, we can't really play you, I'm afraid, in a moment, because we need some of these guys to have a rest too. So we'll have to keep the third substitute in case one of these really tired guys picks up an injury. It's worrying that two of them are in defence, but here we go. A highlight, and Shotton with a header. Gordon again. Yes, get in there. So Josh Gordon, the captain, fantastic, with his second goal of the season. He was, of course, a goal scorer in the last game. Shotton, he's not a target man, but who knew? So Jay Lynch just couldn't hold on to it, and Josh Gordon was able to finish it the second attempt. So we've got 20 minutes to go. If we last till 10 minutes, then we'll start looking at closing the door and see if we can just keep them out. So we're going to make a substitution. It's a bit sad when you consider it a time wasting substitution already. Oh man, the player we've just put in defence, he's shocking. He's really bad. Lewis Plummer, do your best, my friend. Mike Porritt and Elliot Osborne are looking dead. We need to just move it into defensive. Instructions if it'll let me waste time. Okay. Let's hope that that'll be enough to close out the Salford team and give us our first win of the season. I'll be quite pleased with that. I think they're a difficult team, and well, they're on the attack right at the end, but they haven't got enough time, and I'm really pleased with that. After a disappointing first game where we lost 2-1 to Hales Owen, we've actually come back nicely, and yeah, so I think we can say passionately that was special. No one gave us a chance. Well done. And that's it. So that's put us in the mid-table range early doors that we were expected to be. Eases any pressure that might start to build on the job whilst we look to improve the squad. I'm a bit disappointed with how difficult it is being to improve the squad. We've got literally no wages, we've got no money, and nothing we can do from that aspect. So I thought loans would be the way to go, but every player that I've gone for in loans, even though it says that it's a realistic transfer, the teams don't want to loan them to us, and it's quite frustrating. We may have to start looking at loaning players who just really aren't of the same ability of players we've already got. But I don't know, we'll see how we go. Thank you for watching, thank you for any comments that you've made, and yeah, just really pleased to have you watching this game. So thank you very much, and I'll see you shortly. And I don't know, maybe we'll come back somewhere around about Colwyn Stourbridge, Workington, Ilkeston. We'll see how far I go off screen, and then we'll see where we can go from there. I'm sure that pretty quickly things will start to take shape in the league, and we'll be able to see where we're going and what we need to do to either improve or push on as we move on the way up. So I'll see you all soon. God bless.